Hey, this is Marty. I'm going to be discussing the symbiote named Venom in this episode, so feel free to share your comments, what you think about the video, and your personal opinions on the Marvel Universe and the symbiote in general. It's not really a topic I don't think anyone ever really talks about, but I think it's one of the coolest little creatures that the writers have come up with, as it's a particular. The symbiote is a being that can bond with any creature or animal and basically uses them as a host. And the symbiote actually enjoys being with the host, and it wants to bond with them on a one-to-one kind of level, not just jump from host to host to host. And I think the writers have kind of brought out the hostility and aggressiveness in Venom. But anyway, let's just go back to the beginning. The symbiote, they've recently come out with a new name for it. It's a race called the Clintar. I don't know if you can see this or not. It's called the Clintar. And this is Earth 616. This is all the universe where the Marvel comics take place in, all the characters and whatnot. Anyway, the symbiote, it has the ability to camouflage itself. It has a dimensional pocket where it can store items, and for Spider-Man, he had unlimited webbing, like he could shoot his webbing out and stuff like that. It does not enhance the strength of any host unless it bonds with someone, and through genetic memory, it's able to copy an ability, kind of like Kirby, and then pass it on to a new host. But the symbiote has a desire to only bond with one host, and that's it. But in case of Spider-Man and Venom, Spider-Man rejected Venom, and that made him very angry and have animosity towards Spider-Man, which is something that they don't want to do, as it kind of fractured Venom's mind, separation, and it left him bitter. So when he joined with Eddie Brock, who had anger and bloodlust towards Spider-Man because Spider-Man kind of made Eddie Brock lose his job, Venom, who with his hatred had Eddie Brock's hatred, which kind of enhanced that, and so it kind of made him bizarre. And Eddie Brock wasn't really a stable guy at that particular time. He was kind of good and bad, and so that kind of compounded and made him into a really bad character. And over time, it just got worse and worse. And then after that, Eddie Brock ended up getting cancer, and then Venom kind of left Eddie Brock and went with Matt Gargan, which is Scorpion. Scorpion was a bad dude, and by that time, Venom was kind of crazy and had a lot of bloodlust. So, I don't know. I just think the symbiote's a very interesting character. And right now, currently in the comics, he's bonded with Flash Thompson. And he had a lot of bloodlust, and Flash Thompson used a lot of drugs to kind of overcome the symbiote's drive to take over the hosts, because originally the symbiote just wants to kind of coexist. It just wants to feed off the hosts, not in like a deadly way, but it just wants to kind of coexist, you know, like I've said before over and over. But anyway, they, here in the recent last episode, it's talking about how the symbiote was kind of returned to the planet where they're from, and its bloodlust was purged, restoring it to its benign state, so it's kind of calm and cool like he was originally in the first comic book. Because the symbiote would sometimes bond to Spider-Man, and then he would leave him. You know, he'd kind of just hang out under his bed or kind of hang out in his closet, and then when Spider-Man went to go out, it would bond to him real quick and kind of just cover him in that black suit. And the other property of the suit is it could change and mimic other clothing, which is really cool. And if I could have a superpower, that'd definitely be one of the top picks for me to have. I was just have an alien symbiote kind of bond to you. I think that'd just be kind of cool to have another consciousness with you, talking to you, hanging out, because it would telepathically talk with Peter, kind of put little things in his mind, But the recent kind of cartoons and stuff like that kind of make it the symbiote more than what he actually is. Kind of make it like seem like Peter got a lot more strength and that he was turned instantly into bloodlust and more aggressive, and that's not how it is. But I just think it's one of the more interesting characters out in the universe. But yeah, if you have any comments and concerns, please, talk to me about it and tell me what you think about the whole matter. I just think the symbiote's really cool. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a like, give me some comments, and subscribe if you're interested and want to see more videos like this. But hope you guys have a nice day.